Good evening, everybody. I am Gina B, and Mama D is not here again this evening. She's just dealing with some issues, and she'll be back the next. Well, we won't be back till next year now. So we'll see you. We'll see you after the holidays, and I have Merry Christmas up here for everybody. But this is our guest, Susan Browne, over here. We're going to be talking about her book, Ask Your Angel Guides. And what I'm just going to do is just going to read the back of the book because this is everything. It's about the book and it's all about her. So this is fantastic. Live your best life with celestial coaches. Whether you are seeking abundance, well-being, or striking the ideal work-life balance, manifesting with the angels can work wonders in all areas of life. Susan Browne shows how to analyze the thoughts and beliefs that are not working for you and how to release them. Drawing on channeled wisdom from the angelic realms, she shares exercises, techniques, and visualizations to help you overcome life's challenges. Adopt an attitude of curiosity and learn how to quickly change problems into questions with your angel guides. Develop confidence in connecting with archangels, ascended masters, and other divine helpers from the higher realms to get your finances in order, to work with your shadow, create clearer boundaries, improve sleep, and so much more. Oh my gosh. Celestial helpers can also assist in healing troubled relationships and manifesting a soul partner. The angels are like loving coaches that want us to discover and use our gifts so we can realize our full potential and truly thrive. With their higher guidance, we can learn to transform our energy as well to help others. Now, Susan herself is a spiritual and well-being coach with more than a decade of experience helping others connect with angels and raise their vibration. A teacher of the Diana Cooper School of White Light and qualified Guild of Energetic
Energists.
Say it again.
Energists, yeah.
Just trainer. And she has developed her own intuitive style of tapping into the guidance of angels. And she is also the author of Angel EFT. Now, Susan lives in County Kerry, Ireland. And thank you for being with us all the way from Ireland. That's fantastic.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, I'm really excited here. And because I don't have Mama D, I'm going to be kind of looking all over the place here. But because she usually does all the, postings of things and links and whatnot. So I will have to put in links after. But I do have all your websites. This is her website. And trust me, guys, if you go look at her website, angeleft.com, you're going to see some pretty amazing stuff there. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to run her little banner down there because that's all her socials are down there. Okay. So now again, welcome. And let's start with how did you get into this? What made you realize that you can ask these angels for just about anything under the sun, really?
Yeah, it's so exciting how the angels want to help us with absolutely anything. Yeah, so I had a spiritual awakening in around 2006, and I started to receive messages. I didn't know really where they were coming from or who was giving these messages, just that they were very loving, and these amazing synchronicities started happening in my life, and I was guided to do certain things. Like at the time, I did my Reiki Masters training, and I started becoming fascinated by the chakras again and really learning about how they're a map to our lives and how we can heal ourselves. And also angels, I started getting interested in angels, and I was reading about angels and going to angel workshops and using angel cards. And it was really life-changing. And then when I joined the Diana Cooper School, I had no intention initially of teaching about angels. Standing up and talking about angels was about as far from my mind as possible. But actually, that's exactly what I did. And I learned how rewarding it was to share this with others and to see other people awaken to this amazing help that is just on hand for all of us.
You're right. Because, reading, I didn't And I apologize because I apologized to you earlier because I always like to read the book through and through. Although it's the week before Christmas and travel
Yes.
coming up, and a lot of things have been happening. A loss of a very dear friend. This has been
Sorry.
a pretty rough week. Now, even that being said, not even meaning that to be a segue, but you do have grieving in here as well,
Mm.
which was really wonderful because I went to that chapter and read it, and it was very, very helpful.
Oh,
Um,
I'm so pleased.
so yeah, so everything for a reason, you
There,
know.
yes, exactly.
So you're here for a reason. I do wish Mama D was here right now because she works with the angels. She has since she was a child. When she was a child going to church with her family, she would be sitting in the pews and she would just be, they would thought she was kind of off in La La Land, but she was actually communicating with angels,
Mm.
and it started then for her. And then she started working with the energies. She too, Reiki master, she sends her love, healing, and energy out on the wings of butterflies.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
yeah, so I know I'm sorry that you're not going to be able to get to meet her this time. I think maybe we'll have you back
Yeah.
so that you can meet her.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'd love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because you guys would have a lot to talk about. But me and my shiny balls. So this is what I do. We just have seriously just a nice little conversation. I just want to get to know more about you and your family. Now, is your family the same as you? Is the same? Do you share the curiosity and such?
Mostly my mom is really into angels. Yeah. Go on, you were going to say something there.
Oh,
You must.
it's my friend's having seizures again. It's just
Oh,
we
so
can ask an angel to help with that.
absolutely. Archangel Raphael,
Okay.
asking Archangel Raphael to go to her now.
Oh, thank you
Mm.
so much. Thank you for doing that. Okay, I apologize. So your mother was into,
Yeah, yeah, she is very much and always was. And when I was small, she used to say if I was going to bed, she'd say, ask Archangel Michael to place his deep blue cloak of light over you to protect you. She wasn't religious, but she was really into angels, and so she talked about them when I was small. And we did have this kind of common interest, over the years. For a long time, I didn't really think about angels. It was really when I had that awakening in 2006 when I got back into them. But yeah, definitely mom. The men in the family, not so much, but maybe they do and they don't talk about it. I don't know.
well,
Yeah,
I don't know why that is, and
I
then
don't know.
it's like, does it affect your manhood some way, shape, or form? It really doesn't. It will
No,
actually
it really
prove it,
doesn't.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
But what? That that's another show.
Yeah.
But tell me like a few of the things that you found out that it is like okay to ask help with.
Yeah, so I suppose the most common one that people almost joke about but understand it's like magic is the parking angels, if you're looking for a parking spot. But you can ask the angels for anything. If you're going shopping and you want
Hmm.
help to find certain things, or if you want guidance in your finances, or you want to create more abundance and let go of old unlimiting beliefs that are holding you back in anything, even just small mundane things. What should I eat today? They're not really mundane things, they're really important actually, but the angels can help guide us to listen to our body and tune into what's right for us, which way to travel. If we have different routes we could take, you can ask the angels. And the biggest challenge for most people is remembering to ask, because we
Right.
realize we have this help at hand and then we don't think to ask. um,
Right. And then you
yeah
wonder why you're struggling. All of a sudden it's like,
yeah
odds are coming in and it's like, well, wait a minute. I have help with this.
I
What
know. I remember I was struggling with something once, and a friend said to me, Susan, did you ask the angels? And I was like, oh. You
Right.
know? Yeah.
You just, I mean, sometimes you just get so wrapped up into your everyday, and then you don't think of that. Like sometimes, because you talk about grounding and shielding and grounding mostly in your book. But I mean, because I work with the paranormal, I do that
Mm,
twice a day, like in the morning and at night. If I forget, usually it's night when I forget because
yeah.
I'm just so tired. I'm doing a whole bunch of things before I go to bed. And especially if I'm going to be traveling. And this is where I need it the most because
Mm,
I start worrying about, packing and because I have OCD. So it's like pack, repack, pack, all this kind of stuff. So now I'm in this mode right now because I'm going to see my family for Christmas. And it's like, God, I wish I could change this, and do I ask for help for this?
absolutely. Yeah. I had a packing anxiety pattern as well, and I've overcome it now. I
Really?
talk to myself. I had to literally coach myself and work with the angels a lot to overcome this pattern because I would
Bob
start
would be
getting
thrilled.
unnaturally anxious about, not packing the right thing. So I had to ask myself, well, has something terrible happened in the past when you haven't packed the right thing? And I had to answer, well, no, actually not. You
I
know,
know, at least not in this lifetime, because
no,
this could be connected to our ancestral past, and
that's true.
you also talk about that because we can remove, things that are blocking us from our ancestors, and that kind of stuff, which is also nice too. And again, you don't think to do these things, you really don't.
Yeah, this is it. It's just to remember. And so in your case, the question you might think of asking would be, angels, what's one thing I could do to help relieve this anxiety around packing? And just see what comes through. And sometimes it's an instant download or an instant insight. Because what the book teaches you to do is to use powerful questions, to use questions that open up solutions. And so there's a real kind of cognitive thing going on with the mind already. But when you're putting it to the angels, you're opening the door for them to come in as well. You're giving them permission because they actually need our permission to come in because of
Right.
the law of free will. They can't just come barging in and say, oh, Gina needs a hand. I'm going to just step in there. You know, they have to wait for us to ask them. So
I
it's
know.
a,
And
yeah.
again, it's like we have to what is it with mankind that you have to seriously hit rock bottom, face plant the whole 9 yards before you get up and say, "Hey, can you please help me?" Because I do this again. As I told you, I was in the paranormal. Like I deal with Archangel Michael an awful lot. You know,
Yes.
um, sending them remotely, having them come with me, help me cleanse houses, removing entities. Like I mentioned,
Important work.
all that kind of stuff,
Mm,
and you again, you bring this up in this book too. I mean, I
mm.
found it in there. I'm going, hey, you really have kind of everything. So I love this. And then there's some like I didn't know about. I don't know. I'm just gonna say I just don't know about all the archangels. I don't. I only know about the ones that I need to assist me with like helping people with spirit issues. Like ghost issues and spirit issues, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So, but it would behoove me to know all the rest to help with the things that I don't realize that I can be helping them with. So I'm always open to learning. And
and
and that's what I believe that this is going to do for me personally. For what it can do for everybody else personally is many, many things because there's so many aspects in here of your entire life, including love lives and finances. Hi,
thank you.
everybody. Thank you very
Oh,
much. Thank you very much. Um, but like we okay. This is another thing. We have been raised, like it's money's the root of all evil. You don't ask for help financially, blah 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 blah. But
mm.
you say, and it's like right in the beginning of the book, it is okay to ask for financial help. And I can't see a reason why not. But
Yeah, because it makes our life easier. If we're stressed about money, then we're contracted. We're not really in our light. Oh, this,
uh,
okay. We're not really in our light if we I'm just reading the messages as well as they come in. Um, if we're stressed about money, so we can ask the angels to help us to release that money stress, and really, it's a win-win, because it's not like you're going to ask the angels. If you ask the angels for loads of money so you can show off and
Oh
or
yeah, no.
control somebody else, that's
Yes.
different. But if
Look,
you're
buy
asking
food.
for, abundance come in, so you can really focus on your mission, your soul blueprint, so you can be happy, and do the stuff you came here to do, then they really, really want to help us, because this is all about, when we're standing in our light and we're doing our work, then we're helping everybody, so it's a win-win.
Yep, it really is. Hi, Taryn. Nice to see you. And Carmen says, "Oh, I love her accent. I want to say UK. It is Ireland."
Well, no, I'm actually from Warwickshire in England, but I've lived in County Kerry for 25 years.
Ah, so
So,
a little bit of both. Now, does your accent change when you cross borders?
yes, yeah, it does.
I've noticed that myself. I'm from Massachusetts, so I have a Massachusetts accent, which makes me sound harsh, but I'm not.
You don't sound harsh.
Well, I don't have R's in my language. I try for my show, but if you talk to me on the street, I don't have R's in my language.
Okay.
But you guys cannot have R's in your language, and it sounds beautiful. But
Oh, okay.
Massachusetts people, no, not so much.
Oh, your accent sounds lovely.
As you said, I love the UK, Great Britain. I would love to go back. I would love to go, period. I've never been.
Oh,
Yeah. So let's talk about frequencies, like vibrational frequencies. Now, the angelic realm is actually, obviously the highest, right?
mm. Yeah, absolutely. So for humans at the moment, the most common vibrational frequencies are the third, fourth, and fifth dimension. So when we're in third, we're kind of very unaware, and the heart is quite closed, and we're not really doing our work, our light work. In fourth dimension, we're starting to wake up. We're starting to understand there's something more out there. It's not just all that meets the eye. There's something beyond. And then the fifth dimension is really where the heart is open and we are expanded. And it's much more easy to connect with the angels when you're in the fifth dimension. It's not to say that the angels won't connect with you in the lower ones, but we're much more likely to perceive them and be in tune with them.
Right. And
Mm.
and on that note, practice makes perfect, right? So to get
Absolutely.
to that state, do you recommend meditations? How do you meditate? What do you ask for when you meditate? In order
Yeah, absolutely. Find a way to meditate that really suits you. I mean, when I meditate with the angels, and I love to use angel cards and maybe light a candle, or you find a technique. Everybody's different. Find something that really suits you, and find a routine that's easy for you to do every day, even though even if it's a small amount. If you're a very busy person, even just a short meditation can help. Although, don't they say that the busier we are, the more we should be meditating? but
totally,
um,
totally.
but definitely that helps. And also, when you talk about angels, think about angels, read about angels, have conversations about angels, you bring them to you, and that helps to raise your vibration as well.
Right. And Carmen
Mhm.
says this. I wonder why some archangels feel different than others. Yeah.
Yeah. They have different energies. Yeah. So like feel the difference to you work with Archangel Michael a lot. So that energy that comes in. I experience Archangel Michael as like a very protective but very loving as well. And
Yep.
just coming immediately, when you call him, he's there
Yep.
almost before you finish the word in your
Yeah. And
mind or
he
out
brings
loud.
troops with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then Archangel Raphael, you can call in Archangel Raphael if you feel you need some healing, physical healing, or if you want to work on the third eye, clearing the third eye, and how you manifest and visualize. But just, maybe feel into that energy now. I mean, maybe we could do a little exercise of just connecting with a couple of different archangels so people can see what they feel.
Love that. Love that. Let me uncross
Okay.
my legs here.
All right. So maybe we'll start with Archangel Michael. So if we just close our eyes and feel our feet on the floor, and just in your mind say, Archangel Michael, come to me now. And just sense that beautiful protective energy. Sometimes Archangel Michael appears with a beautiful deep blue light that he places around the outer edge of the aura. We're having some serious weather outside. I don't know if anyone can hear it.
Mhm.
So just feel that beautiful protective blue light wrapping around you. So you have Archangel Michael's energy now in your auric field. And we're going to go ahead and invite in Archangel Chamuel now. And Archangel Chamuel works with the heart center. Feel Archangel Chamuel pouring a beautiful pink light into your heart chakra. And just take some nice breaths. And you might be aware of the heart starting to open and soften. And if you have a request for Archangel Chamuel, you can ask now, maybe around the heart, around love or forgiveness, for releasing, easing grief. Okay, so you have Archangel Chamuel's energy with you now and healing in the heart center. Maybe we'll just do one more. So we'll invite in Archangel Jophiel. And Archangel Jophiel works with the crown chakra and can help us to raise our thoughts. So helping us to overcome patterns of unhelpful thoughts and raise those thoughts to the higher, like dialing them up. So just feel Archangel Jophiel placing golden hands of light on your crown chakra now, on the top of your head. And then just bring your awareness to your feet, feeling the feet on the floor, sending energy down into the earth, grounding yourself. And you've got that lovely angelic energy now, those three archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Chamuel, and Archangel Jophiel. And if anybody wants to share their experience, that would be wonderful if they feel like.
You got warm
Warm, yeah.
when you said the blue light coming around you, like a wave of heat, almost like a hot flash, but I don't have those.
Yes, yeah, it's so
But
nice.
it was like just a really warm or hot feeling.
Ah,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So yeah, that was nice. Okay, hold on. I
Mm,
got the hand on your head. That's awesome.
amazing.
That's healing. That's good. And I do when I do ground and shield and take out negative energy, I
Mhm.
always infuse golden light.
Yeah.
So from the top, so I strip out all the negative and I infuse in all the golden light. Because for me that's a more of a healing. If I'm going to battle, into a paranormal hotspot, something might be not Aqua Pro, I will use blue light because it's Michael, you know.
Yes.
So it's like more like armor, you know. So those are what I've always worked with, and it's funny that you said both of those. So Carmen says for archangels, Michael, I see white light instead of blue, and that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Yeah.
You know, white light is great.
Yeah.
Mhm. But you also you incorporate tapping,
Hmm.
and can you talk about that? Like why did you do that? What were you taught that? Was it something you felt like you saw it and tried it and said, oh, this is even better?
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. So a little while after I had discovered the angels or rediscovered the angels, I came across EFT tapping. And a beautiful friend of mine, Helen Ryle, who's also my trainer in EFT, said there's a Brad Yates from Sacramento is coming to Cork, which is the county next along from here, and would I like to go? I think it was about 2012. And so two of us drove to Cork and to see Brad. And I just thought, this is absolutely amazing. You know, he's this really heart-centered guy and he's teaching us about this tapping. And I'm doing this tapping and saying, this is having a massive effect. This is going to really change my life more, even more. And so not long after that, I started thinking, well, angels and tapping should really go together. They shouldn't be two separate things, you know. So I started experimenting and I started posting a couple of videos, you know, to try it out. And yeah, I mean, I received amazing effects and people were reporting the same as well. So super
If you
exciting, Angel EFT.
if you go here to angeleft.com, her website, and just go through all the little categories and such that she has actually a couple of the videos there where she is tapping and she is doing those things. And I actually did do those things and I felt a lot better.
Oh,
Um, really, really nice. I haven't checked out the YouTube channel yet, but I will.
great.
Yeah. Because, like I said, it's just timing here. That's horrible. I know. I apologize. I do like to be a lot more prepared. I do like to read the book cover to cover. However, what I did read, the pages I did go to, when you open a book, and like I always say, nothing is for nothing. There's, everything is always for a reason. And like I said about the losing of a good friend, and you had the grief in there, and it's like I think it was one page 139. I think that's what it. No, was that the grieving one? So I remember 139. Yes, it was. Deceased
Oh,
loved
yeah.
ones, grief and heartache. Yes, it was. It was page 139. And the
Oh,
and, and I was like, I really need this right now. Is there a list of these archangels that deal with the chakras?
yes. Yeah. I mean, all of the archangels, well, lots of the archangels mentioned in the book deal with different chakras. So we just talked about Archangel Michael there, and Archangel Michael works with the throat chakra. So as well as being this amazing protective powerhouse that just comes to our side and helps protect our energy and helps us cut cords between us and toxic exchanges, Archangel Michael works through the throat chakra, which is our communication center, and also helps us with our creativity, with expressing our creativity, and getting our words out, raising the frequency of our words. So I often ask Archangel Michael, help me to choose the right words, that match what I'm trying to match up with. And so we looked at Archangel Jophiel as well, and that's the crown chakra. Like we did the little exercise there. So the crown chakra is around our thoughts and also reaching up to source. You imagine the crown, has all these strands that reach upward to source. And Archangel Jophiel helps us to raise our thoughts, which is a big part of that. And then Archangel Raphael, the third eye chakra. So the third eye is where we're visualizing for good or bad. So if we're anxious, we might be visualizing lower frequency situations or things that we don't want to imagine. And we can ask Archangel Raphael to clean the third eye. If you imagine it coming along and polishing it for you, like a crystal
Yes.
ball. Yeah, so you can clean off those anxious or worrisome thoughts and make sure that you're focusing on the pictures that you want to create. What do you want to feel? What do you want to attract? All those things. So that's just a few of them, but I include all of the 12 fifth dimensional chakras in the book, and I talk about which archangels are connected with those.
Carmen, that's not true. I've been with you and I've felt your energy. She says, I always have my third eye and throat chakra closed. You don't. Your third eye, I would say halfway. I mean, you are definitely open, accepting different things.
Yeah, and that's one of the thoughts that you can ask Archangel Jophiel to help you to rewrite. And I talk about that in the book, how to rewrite like repetitive thoughts or beliefs. So I believe that this chakra is closed. I am assisting myself to open this chakra, or to, work with this chakra. So, it teaches you in the book how to rephrase those statements that we say about ourselves as well, in order to support what we're moving towards.
Right. And you know what? On this here too, those are pictures on the other side here. Like there's your two books on the other side, and it says, "Can the angels help with brain fog?" This is on the book, okay? And I had to put that on there because the older I get, the more brain fog I get. The words are like, fleeting, and it gets harder and harder all the time. I pray that I just don't lose my marbles completely, and I really do. But it is like when you said you can get help with brain fog. I'm like, oh, sign me up. I'm in. 100%.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I often write a blog because I want to work on something, and I think, I want to get more information about this. So when I was writing the blog, I had brain fog, but I don't have it anymore. And I think, I was guided towards certain foods that really support me, and, different help. So there's loads of different things that can help us, and we're all not the same. So obviously different things will help different people, but asking our angels, what can I do, or what do I need to know to help me think more clearly and be more focused?
Senior moments, yes. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. I put it a little different way. Jesus. We won't go there. Oh God. But it is wonderful though to know that we do have so much help out there, and we don't have to go anywhere to get it.
It's right there. With us. Yeah.
Now you also talk about, like, I have a whole pile of crystals here, but this is just on the top. You also talk about crystals and like using crystals and crystal grids and everything. And I totally believe in the power of the crystals also.
Yeah,
So
there's so much.
tell me, where is your crystal grid? How big is your crystal grid? How many crystals do you have it? Where is it? How often do you cleanse your crystals? Go, because I'll keep asking.
I am holding these two Lemurian quartzes right now. I absolutely love them. So I work with the Lemurian quartzes a lot.
Yep.
Oh, you have one as well there?
I have two, yeah. Little ones, because my big ones are in the other room. But yeah, I got a pile, a whole dish full of stuff here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I like to feel the energy. What's going to help me at this time?
Exactly. And, I've worked with crystals in so many different ways. It might be, having a crystal in your pocket, or, having a crystal in your bra and then discovering it's going to fall out at just the wrong way. But now I put them on my angel altar, I call it, where I do my meditation. And also they're in different parts of the house. And sometimes actually a rose quartz was asking me to take it to my car the other day. So I said, okay. So I have this rose quartz in my car in the passenger seat. It doesn't wear a seatbelt, but
Oh no.
Yeah, I work with them in lots of different ways. And sometimes I'll have a grid on the go because I'm working on a particular thing and I want that support from the crystals. And I do love to cleanse them outside, especially when there's a full moon. I like to put them out in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm always wearing my
Oh,
crystal.
yeah. Yeah. Actually, I have some soda light on. This is
Oh,
soda
beautiful,
light.
beautiful. I got
Yeah.
I got a polished rose quartz here, but I also
Oh,
have one that was made into a heart. I don't know if it's in here. It might be in my other room. I think it is. I think it's my other room. I love this little heart, but I am so drawn to the tiger eye, like unbelievable. And I just found this little guy was in my paranormal case, and it's hematite. And I
oh,
was
lovely.
to work
Very
with.
grounding and protective. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I knew I had that, but I just didn't know where it was. You know,
Yeah.
but like jade, tiger eye, onyx, all my protective stones between the hematite and stuff. I always do that. This is supposed to help me with my throat chakra. It's
Ah,
actually blue. I don't know if you can see it.
okay.
So that's a blue
Oh, yeah. Dark blue.
lapis. What is it?
Lapis
Something.
lazuli. Lapis lazuli. Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's
I love
supposed to
that
help with my
crystal.
throat. I still don't have a voice, but I mean, I need to take more omeprazole. I think.
Oh, I love lapis lazuli. In fact, a number of years ago, I had a sore throat coming on, and my husband had bought me a lapis lazuli for my birthday, but it wasn't my birthday yet, so he was holding on to it for me. But I actually worked with well, I'm a bit weird like that. I don't like presents before my actual
Or
birthday. I
oh,
like
okay.
to wait. Yeah, I
When's your
always
birthday?
oh, the 3rd of July.
Oh, very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I'm a
So,
January girl.
oh, you January, yeah, yeah. Aquarius, is it?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, Capricorn, yes, yes. Um, yeah, so the Lapis, I started working with it remotely, so I hadn't even got it yet, but I asked the Lapis to help heal my throat, and I swear it just healed really quickly. It's a very, very powerful crystal, and you can
Yeah,
work remotely.
I think I need to cleanse this. And I also have over here, it's off screen. Yeah, I have over there a medicine bowl. And like when I first bring a new crystal home, I put it in the medicine bowl and I cleanse it that way. If
Oh,
I
that's
can, if there's
nice.
no full moons, if there's no nothing. But I just don't want to take someone else's energy
Yeah.
in stone. So I always put them in the medicine bowls.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, because you're right. They could have energies of other people with them when they arrive. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been touching it or whatever in the stores or because we go to a lot of events and like I buy from the people that go to the events because I like to support small businesses too.
Yeah.
So I'd rather buy crystals from people that I know are at events that need the help and can really tell me all about the crystals, but you don't know how many people have touched it, so
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
yeah, it's fun.
Hmm.
It's fun. um, Ted, oh my goodness. Hey, how are you? Long time no see. He is another very wonderful voiced podcast radio host. Aries fire element. Oh, diamond and crystal. Oh, I love it.
Um,
Yeah, what is your birthstone?
a carnelian, I think. It's a red one, isn't it, for July? Yeah. Or is it? No.
Red too, and garnet.
Yeah. I'd have to look it up again. Yeah. For July. I have a feeling it's carnelian. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's really cool. Okay, so let's all right, shiny ball over. Let's get back to talking about what's actually in this book. Um, you have here, and I'm just going to read this right off the paper. Energy clearing for empaths. How do you clear your energy after being drained by people, situations, or world events? And why is this essential for receiving clear guidance? And ultimate question I'm asked all the time.
Yeah.
So tell me.
Oh,
Um,
empaths. Yeah. I mean, empaths. I think I'm talking about chakras again, but for empaths, the solar plexus chakra is a really good place to focus on. because we're evolving. We're evolving our oh, Capricorn Garnet, beautiful.
Yep.
Yes, sorry, I just want to answer that question. The book is on audio on all the different platforms. So
Yep.
if you prefer to listen, you can absolutely listen.
Simon and Schuster, Simon and Schuster UK, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Inner Traditions. If you ever get that book, if you can get the book of all the books on inner traditions, this is basically almost every author that I do all the time is through Inner Traditions.
Oh, fabulous.
Books a Million, bookshop.org, just all wonderful venues, all available there. Kindle?
Kindle, yeah, absolutely. Kindle and the usual audio
Yeah.
platforms as well. Um, so, yeah, the solar plexus is really important for empaths. And at the third dimension, or when we're first aware of our solar plexus, we can be, as empaths, a little bit like sponges. And I'm sure you know this, Gina, in your work as well, because you definitely will have to protect your solar plexus in your work. But we can be like sponges. So we feel the emotions of other people, and we really feel sorry for them, and we bring in those feelings as though they're our own, and they muddy up our solar plexus. This is at the third dimension, not when we're at the third dimension, but when the chakra is in that third dimension. So when we raise up to the fifth dimension and bring the chakra into alignment into the fifth dimension, we learn to send out strands of wisdom instead from the solar plexus chakra. So we no longer have this need to sponge up other people's emotions. And this is such a great topic right now coming into the holidays, because people are usually going to be spending time with lots of people maybe, and sometimes family of origin, or in-laws, and all different family members, and people
Right.
you wouldn't normally be in close proximity with. So
Right.
it's a really good time to focus on the solar plexus.
Really good time. Really good time to be medicated. No, really good time. You can pick your friends to hang out with, but you can't pick your family, and you have to. Like, go in with a good sense of humor.
Absolutely, yeah. A good sense of humor is paramount. But Archangel Uriel can help us to learn those lessons of the solar plexus, of learning not to be the sponge anymore. And empaths might worry, well, if I'm not sponging in anymore, does it mean I'm not compassionate? Absolutely
Oh,
not. You're
no.
totally compassionate, but you just don't have to draw that in anymore. It doesn't need to come into your space. You can still sense, you can still pick up other people's emotions, but you don't need to take them in and experience them as your own. So that's a really wonderful transition for empaths to master. And even if you've mastered it, you might be tested sometimes, and you might forget, and then you have to clear your energy, and that's okay.
Yeah, because we get so caught up, and we have to be here, and we have to be there, and we have to, and just today you run that wheel, and you're running, and you forget, and then it gets worse. Yeah. So a lot of us people that work in this field are very empathic. We're very, in tune. Like, I went from one extreme to the other, and again, it's all practice. It's all learning curves. It's all, I was so empathic that I couldn't. There's no way I could walk into a Walmart or a supercenter, and not come out like frantic. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't bother me, not one little bit, because I've dialed it to the point where, yeah, I'm blocked, because at first my wall was way too high, and I do still have a tendency to do that. So my wall is way too high, and I have to knock it
Like
down a little bit.
overprotected, you mean, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, so again, it's a dial down issue, but you got to know where you're going and what you're going to be dealing with, and are you out with the frantic last minute shoppers that are all going crazy, and the craziness on the roads traveling, and like, what are you dealing with, and
Yeah.
ask those specific things for the help with those specific things, and raise your levels of your and I call it a wall, but it's actually a bubble for me. But you raise it accordingly. Like, you just want to peek, or you want to completely.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So,
It's
I mean, it's
I
yeah,
see.
that's critical, and I think for learning too.
Mm.
Because I think a lot of times if you're too high, you're blocking off from a lot of learning things. Um,
That's true. Yeah.
and like I said, I don't want to block that. I always want to learn something.
Hmm.
Okay, so we did that. Let's see. Okay, signs. Yes, signs. Okay, signs from angels. How we can look for those. Um, how angels communicate through feelings, synchronicities, numbers, nature. How do you tell the difference between ego and true guidance? Those are all good questions, and another really good topic. Because a lot of people say to me in this field, "I'm not getting any signs," and they're frantic. I was like, "Well, first of all, take a breath, go meditate,
Mm.
ask to show the signs, and then look for them."
Yes.
Yes.
It's true,
Yeah,
isn't it? Just being alert to them as well, because sometimes the sign will come immediately or the information will come immediately, but sometimes it will come a little bit later. So if
right,
you've forgotten that you asked or you're focusing on something else, you could miss the sign. So remember to be alert for it, you know.
right, right.
And the angels find the perfect way to connect with us. So the way they connect with me is not necessarily going to be the same for you and people watching. You know, the angels will find their own way, and I find that they use different ways of connecting with us. It's not usually just the one way. You know, they'll find different ways. It might be a sign or a synchronicity. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I saw a certain number pattern, and I know it's my angels." You know, telling me they're there, and this sort of thing, um, and also messages into your mind, like a thought, a very high frequency thought. And people often ask me, well, how do I know that's not just my mind? Well, it's really hard to tell because there's no like machine we can put it through to prove for sure. But what I understand is when there's a thought that's coming from the angelic realm, it's very high frequency. It feels very light, very supportive, and like it's just flowed in. It feels a little bit different to my own thoughts.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
More sensitive than empath. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, I understand totally what you were just saying, but it's it is hard to understand, to differentiate. But again, practice makes perfect. The more you meditate, the more you get your vibration up, the easier it is to distinguish what is your thoughts, what is not your thoughts. Same with dreams. I always say, if you wake up and you remember a dream, it's a message. You forget all the other dreams, but you'll remember that one. It's a message. So that's like
Yeah.
mode. But you'll get them during the day. Like you refer to them like a download, right? So it's like, yeah, during the day, all of a sudden it's like boom, you get this thought, this feeling, this whatever. They're not coming from nowhere. They're coming either from your guides, from angel guides, from archangels, from spirit guides, from your ancestors, from whatever, but it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah. Exactly. And the angels can indeed work through our thoughts, so what we might say, well, that's my thought, but it's the angels can download those thoughts through us. So it can feel just like our thoughts, but we know the difference because it's very loving, it's very wise, it's very helpful. The angels are not going to say anything scary, although they might warn us about something. But
Right.
that their information is always very loving and very benevolent.
Yeah. Well, I like it. I like having that. Oh, we got more. See, okay, hold on. Let's see. So your cat Zoe is an angel. She's always with me and knows when I'm feeling bad. Oh, all our pets do. They,
Yeah,
oh, they're all angels.
yeah.
I still have yet to find my sign, and it's been a while since I had one.
Oh, yeah.
Ask again, ask again, ask.
And yeah, exactly. And about the animals, Archangel Felier is the archangel that works with animals. Um, Fhelyi, Felier,
FH.
Fhelyi,
Hmm.
Archangel Felier. And so if you ever want help for your pets or for an animal or animals in general, you can call on Archangel Felier. But our pets, of course, are very in tune to our energy, and sometimes they are healing us. They come along and they sit with you, or quite often they're working on our energy. I feel anyway, that they're doing stuff. Amazing, amazing companions.
Oh God, I miss my babies. I'm at that point where I don't know whether I want to replace my babies or not. But I lost my mom, my dad,
Oh,
Biscuit, and I lost my Lacey, and it's like, you know, it's so hard. It's
yeah, yeah, for sure.
my babies.
Hmm.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to the show. And yeah,
Carol.
but I do think that animals for us, they're just gifts. They're just gifts, honest to God. And it's just so unconditional love, not like, you have to
Yeah,
try to choose my words here. When you're in a relationship with people, you have to choose your words wisely. When you're in a relationship with an animal, it's just pure love, joy, emotions, mutual, you know,
yeah,
and and I wish humans could have that.
yeah,
They do.
yeah. They're really special.
Oh, I know what you meant, Carmen. She said miss hers too. Um, so let's see. Helping others with angelic support, whether you can ask angels to help someone else. And how does that work? That's good. That's good.
Yeah, people often ask me that, and that's one of my most popular blogs and videos is about helping other people. So, there's like a whole load of empaths wanting to help everybody else. Um,
Right.
so yeah, you can absolutely ask the angels to help other people, and other people have the choices, to act badly or not receive help, or not be open to the good stuff that's coming to them. That's their choice. We can't interfere with that. But when we ask the angels to go to somebody, even if they don't believe in them or if they don't know you're asking, you're creating a bridge of light. So angels, please go to so and so, angels, please help so and so. Just even as simple as that can open the door. And it's almost better to keep it quite simple, because if we keep asking, angels, did you go and help them yet? We're then getting stressed and over attached to the request. It's ideally like to send the request and let go. And then I have a couple of tapping videos like this, a few tapping protocols you can do. If you're really worried about someone and you want to send them angels, you can do some tapping, which helps you as well as the situation in general, just helps the energy flow better around the situation. But yeah, absolutely, you can send angels to everybody.
That's a must. I mean, because people that are sick, people that have been in hospitals, people that are dealing with all kinds of their own issues, mental health, children, whatever. It doesn't matter, their relationship issues. It's endless what you can ask help for if they're financial. You know what I mean? It's like everything: drugs, alcohol,
Yeah.
use, all those things. You can ask for help for all those things, and it's always beneficial. But I think it would be more beneficial is if you told the person, hey, um, if you feel something, I'm going to ask tonight at, like, say 10 o'clock. Okay. I'm going to sit down and be meditating. I'm going to ask angels to be sent to you. So just be open to receiving that energy, that feeling that you're going to be getting sent your way. And then it might fall upon a more acceptable person at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you tell them and ask them to look out for that, that's a really interesting way of doing it as well, and seeing if they pick it up at that point.
Right. Do you feel it? Like I know if I send Archangel Michael and, like before I'm going to a house, like say that I'm going to cleanse a house, and I'll send Archangel Michael in, and I'll be like, all right, he's coming in. let me
Yeah.
know, if you feel anything. And it's usually something that will go across the ceiling, and
Yeah.
that's what I get from most of the people. Like it's like, you know, across
Yeah.
the ceiling,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's really kind of wild. And I'm like, it's like the troops go through, and I learned that through actually Michael Robichaud, shaman,
Mm.
you know.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
because we used to always ask him to send them, and it's like, well, why can't I ask myself? And then I ask myself, and they still go. So, you know, um, I mean, it's good. Shamans are powerful. I love shamans. I'm not taking any energy from them. I'm not saying I'm a shaman, because I'm not. Right? But, um, but it's just that, it's just one thing. You don't know what can happen until you do it yourself, right? So
Yeah.
learn until you do it yourself. You won't learn how to drive to a place if you don't drive to the place yourself. If you're always a passenger, you're not going to know the route, right? So do
Yeah.
it, you know. Okay, Joan has a question. How do you know when your angels are around you?
So there's lots of different ways of knowing. So the angels might give you a sign. Somebody mentioned earlier they felt like a hand on their head, and I
Mm,
had this before as well when I was connecting with the
no,
angels first.
she
It was at a
has.
workshop actually, and I felt these massive hands of light on my back, and I've had that a couple of times. But there's lots of different ways you could know the angels are around you. And when you start to work with them and start to call them in, start to read about them, talk about them, you're naturally going to attract them. So having that faith in the first place, and faith comes and goes. Sometimes we question it. Oh, is it really, are they really there? And that's perfectly normal as well. But just allowing yourself that curiosity. Well, imagine if I'm surrounded by angels right now. And this kind of almost playfulness allows us to move into that realm of possibility, which makes us more open to the signs that the angels are trying to give us. So they could have lots of different signs for you. I remember finding white feathers. That's a beautiful way the angels sometimes leave as a sign, or those number combinations. Oh, yeah,
My
beautiful.
dad left me this one.
Ah,
Right,
gorgeous.
right in
Yeah.
my hall. It's like I don't have anything with feathers this big in my house.
Oh, wow. Look at
Right
that.
after my dad passed,
Yeah.
and then he
And
left me a blue one, and I'm like, I definitely don't have anything blue in here.
oh, wow. Yeah. And sometimes they might drop a thought into your mind. I remember asking for an angel sign one day. I was driving, and the angel said, "Turn on the radio." So I did turn on the radio, and in the next hour, I mean, straight away, there was a song with my name in it. And over the next hour, there was two more songs with Susan in it.
Wow,
It was
wow.
just so good. They find really fun ways of communicating with us, or they might you might overhear a song with that's about angels. That's happened for me as well. So they have different ways of giving us signs. But as we're
Nice.
talking, oh, there's a
Wow.
message here.
Yeah. Hi,
Oh, thank
ladies.
you so much.
Love
Happy
you.
holidays,
Thank you.
Carmen. Thanks so
Yes.
much.
Yes. The book is amazing. The book is great. Great, great, great. Yeah. Ask
Thank
your
you.
angel guides. Um, I put up the thing. I'll send you links if you want. After I'll post links in the chat after, but you can go on to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, all the things. Hold on. There it is. So there's all the places that you can get it, plus the site, right? angeleft.com. Okay.
Yeah, it's really widely available. It's available pretty much where books are sold, so it's very easy to find.
Right.
And the audio is available as
Everywhere.
well. Yeah, yeah.
Just get it. Just get it. Like I haven't, like I said, I haven't read it all the way through yet. But I mean, like a lot of this stuff I work with, I kind of know. But it can be like a guidebook. I always say this, when I get good books on the shelf, I leave books here that I can refer to all the time. And I'll be like, I know that there's a thing in here that will help me at this moment in time. So, boom, is like helping others. There you go. So
Uh,
we were talking about that, but I mean, it will be right here, and I'll go, wait a minute. I know she said something about this, releasing anxiety, whatever you're dealing with at the time. So this is a good reference guide book as well, not just read once and stuff on the shelf and have it collect dust. It's one that you want to keep that you can pull out.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, well, I mean it. I don't say that if I don't mean it. Joan said, "I want the book." Yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, I would sit and read this cover to cover, and and I might do that over this weekend because I might find some time before I go if I can release my packing anxiety, which we
Yeah,
talked about at the beginning of the show, because I have to pack, repack, pack, repack, pack, repack. So I just have a bunch of stuff thrown out right now. So it's like maybe I can just pack once. If I can pack once, I can sit down and read. So
it might be a nice holiday companion for people as well, like for the holidays.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
be a good gift. You know,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. We were talking earlier about sending angels to other people, and I had the fun thought that people could, if they have a friend who's also interested in angels, just do an experiment of sending one another angels. Either if they're together or if they live apart, they could say, right, it's such a time, I'm going to be sending you angels, and then they can check in with each other. That's a lovely exercise to do as well.
right? So me and Mama D can be doing that because we both pull cards. We have a lot of oracle cards. She has a lot of angel cards. I have a few angel decks and archangel decks and female
Oh,
archangel deck, and like a lot of that kind of stuff. So by pulling cards, too can help. Like, am I doing this right? And you can pull a card, and they're always accurate.
yeah, absolutely.
No doubt about it. What decks do you have? Do you have multiple, or do you use one? I mean,
What decks?
yeah, your
I
angels.
really love Diana Cooper's decks, and I have different ones of hers. Diana Cooper.
Yeah, the one
Um,
that you work with for the school.
yeah, exactly. And you can pick her cards online as well. So if somebody wants to say pick a card now, for example, you go to Diana Cooper, pick a card. She's got all her decks on, so you can use them online as well. But they're really, really special. Yeah, I love using the physical ones as well. And she has one called Archangels, the Archangel Oracle. That's really nice. And the Magic of Unicorns and the Dragon Oracle as well. I really love those, but yeah, I like lots of cards.
That's yeah. I started getting into this. Like, you start talking about unicorns and dragons, and I was telling my friend that I said, I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at unicorns and dragons in here, and she's like, what?
Wait, what? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was kind of like is she all right? But yes, it's energy, it's magic, it's energy, and so yes, so I'm not even gonna say anymore. Please explain, how did you come?
Well, I'll tell you a story about the unicorns first. So in 2009, that's the year that I joined the Diana Cooper School, and they had the reunion in Dublin, which was wonderful because I live in Ireland. And so I went along, and my mum went along, and there was a big group of us. And Diana Cooper started leading this beautiful meditation to have us meet our unicorn. And I was very skeptical. I was thinking, what? Unicorns, that's like, a mythical creature. Anyway, I was doing the meditation and I had this real out of body experience. And Diana, she's as observant as anything. There's a big room full of people, and she looks directly at me and she said, have you come out of your body? I said, I think so. So she immediately got some help to ground me and put me back in my body. But I was so taken off by this meditation because the unicorn energy is incredibly powerful. And they're just another part of the angelic realms. So I say just another part, like it's a small thing, but the unicorn energy is very special, and they help us with our soul mission. And the traditional shape that we see of the horse with the horn is really just so we can
Visual.
relate to that as humans. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they come from the Stargate of Lyra, and we bring them in through the causal chakra, which is above the just above the crown chakra. And when we start to work with that chakra, we naturally attune to unicorn energy. So it's a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend people giving it a try, connecting with your unicorn. And it teaches you in the book how to do that.
Right, right.
Yeah, and then the dragon energy is very special as well. Actually, when I was a teenager, when I wasn't really thinking about angels at all, I really loved dragons. And I used to have this poster, and it was this real mythical scene with a dragon. And I used to love imagining going into it. Oh,
He's gonna go pick up his
okay.
legs. He just finished work.
Oh,
Well, it's
happy,
nice
Merry
having you
Christmas.
back.
Happy New
David
Year.
has been missing our shows lately, so it was good to have him here for a while.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, so dragons are, in Eastern society, they're really thought of as wonderful things, whereas in Western society, sometimes they're portrayed as being scary or, villains like
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
Fire
scary dragons.
breathing, wreck your town.
Yeah, exactly. But they're another part of the angelic realms, just a different kind of beautiful guides and energies we can work with. So the dragons work on different elements. The fire dragons, for example, are great for transmutation. So if you want to transmute something, in fact, even now, anybody listening wants to imagine sending the fire dragons ahead of them into the holiday season. Maybe you want to cleanse your home with the fire dragons in advance of,
Better
everybody
than
coming.
bringing the flamethrower. Send them
Yeah, not
fire.
the flamethrower. No, it's different. But yeah, they help transmute lower energies. So you can work. In fact, in your work, you might find it interesting as well. Working
Yeah.
with the fire dragons because they transmute the lower energies and help us blaze up things into light. And then the air dragons are a bit connected to Archangel Jophiel because they work with our thoughts as well and help to raise our thoughts. So we can ask the air dragons to help raise up our thoughts to align with what we want to create. And then we have the earth dragons who work on the ley lines in the planet and also help to keep us
Oh,
grounded. They're very, very like the earth, like, people see them as like a brown color, like the soil. And they're just amazing as well. Which ones
well,
have I
that's
forgotten?
really neat. Ley lines are so important. Like people don't realize, especially, like again, like an empathic person, a very
Mm,
sensitive person, when you cross a junction on a ley line and your whole body like kind of goes wacky and they don't even understand why.
yeah. Well,
So,
that's right. And sometimes in a building, I know you'll be working with spirits in the building and what's going on there. Also, the land that the building was built on,
right,
can be carrying stories and energies and
right,
pain from the past, and it could be connected to the ley lines.
right.
So you can ask the earth dragons to go in and clear the ley lines. And again, that's a really easy thing to do. It's just having the thought, earth dragons, please clear the ley lines under this place, or even just under your home, right? Like right now, like listeners can ask the earth dragons to please clear the ley lines under your home, to help raise the frequency of the home. That's a
Mm.
really nice thing to do.
Yeah, I'm getting
And
like
then
buggy right now.
you what?
Yeah, it's so weird because I'm like,
Oh,
it's really cool because I'm like kind of doing this in my head as you're saying it.
oh yeah, brilliant. And also because you're traveling and you're getting ready, you're packing, you can ask the earth dragons to go with you and to help keep you grounded and feel secure. And yeah, they're wonderful for that. And then the water dragons are the teachers of flow, being in the flow. And that's another lovely one as well, especially where we feel kind of tense and tight. We're trying to control everything. The
I don't
water
know anything
dragons.
about that.
The water dragons teach us to flow around obstacles, and they're just amazing. And then there's loads of different, like Diana Cooper has a beautiful deck, card deck of the dragons, and a book about the dragons that you can learn in much more detail about all the many, many dragons you
I
can work with.
have to get these. I really do. Now, like I have like 60 something decks now. I actually sat and tried to count them, and I'm getting a couple more too because I get them for reviews too for shows and
I
such.
know, I've loads as well. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, cool. I have one over
yeah.
here I haven't even used yet that I'm waiting for the show, but it's a tarot deck, and I like
Okay.
Oracle, but this one's a
Yeah.
tarot, but it's a little different. It's
Mhm.
it's weird, but it's still tarot.
Yeah.
And like I started with tarot cards and then I went to Oracle and I love Oracle.
Okay. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
also, because I'm Scandinavian, I like, I like all kinds of divination. Really, I'm a paranormal investigator. Come on, But I mean, I like all the old things too. Scrying and trying all the different things and uh, mirrors. Water. So many things. So many things.
It's amazing.
Rooms.
There's so many things we can use. Yeah.
It's ancient. It's ancient. So trying to connect with this realm has been forever. Since mankind has been mankind. And had before we even had speech, we had all the drawings and the everything, and a lot of that spirit realm stuff. It's
Yeah,
just
right.
really pretty amazing. And how
Yeah,
they connect with the animals and how they connect with this and with earth and with nature and we more we get developed, the more farther away we get from that.
that's right. And I think people are starting to wake up to the power of nature and connecting with nature, even just stepping outside for a few moments and really connecting in with something that's growing is incredibly powerful and can transform our energy. And I think that's really exciting as well, that people are starting to realize that and really own it.
Yeah. I had a question.
Hmm.
Might be off topic a little bit, but bare feet. I
Hmm.
put shoes on my foot, and I can't. I mean, I'm barefoot right now. I
Yeah.
I had socks on, and I had to take them off before the show. I'm just like, I can't. I hate things on my feet, But I like the bare feet because I like the energy. And I like to be able to, get the energy out of me if it comes in. Like sometimes the spirit comes up to me kind of quickly, and I hear these tones, like low, medium, and high tone. The high tones are, my angels.
Jill.
Um,
Yeah.
Medium tones are a very good spirit. The low tones are a little, mm, you know, unhappy people, spirits.
Yeah.
And I like to get rid of them right away. And I find it's a lot easier with bare feet.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. And I remember guiding a visualization once with a group of people, and there was a couple of women with heels on, high heeled shoes, and they found it really hard to ground themselves. So it's so important, to have our feet flat on the floor, and barefoot, of course, is best of all. So
Right.
yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, that you like your feet bare all the time. Amazing.
All the time. It's horrible. And, but it's true. But I have like a shoe fetish. Like I have millions of pairs of shoes. I swear to God. But I put them on my
You just
feet.
wear them for 30 seconds and take them off.
That's it. Yeah. When I have to go out to a store, to go away, I'll wear them. But when I get there, I'm like, shoes are off.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, world service. Okay, collective healing. How can we call our angels with world issues like environmental healing, conflict, or community suffering? Um, Today, in this hostile environment. I know you're not in the States. I'm in the States. We have a hostile environment going on here. It's our country itself is divided. It's very chaotic here. Actually,
Yeah.
it's getting global because of us. But here we are. So how can we like start to heal our community? Like what can we do?
Well, first of all, like always start with yourself. How are you doing yourself? And this that's going on politically and all the division that you're talking about and the conflict and the craziness is a massive test. And we've come to Earth because we wanted a massive test. We don't remember now, but before we came in, we were queuing up and saying, I want to go there to this amazing school that's Earth. And, other people on the cosmos were saying, are you crazy? You want to go there? We're like, yes, we absolutely need this for our soul development. I want to go to Earth. And so we came in and we are being tested to the max. And light workers, our job is to stay in the light and not to be misled or to fall down the rabbit hole of judgment or the us and them, the, you know, I'm right and they're wrong, or, this, it's all third dimensional stuff. Good evening, Lisa. So coming back to truth, that there is no separation, that we're all one. So if we say that person is bad, blah, 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 we're actually hurting ourselves because we're all connected. So coming back to truth again and again, and we're moving towards this golden age now. But right before we get to it, we have this really difficult phase that we're, experiencing right now. So it's just to remember the truth of that and to come back into
Mm.
fifth dimensional values, which is we're all one, we're all connected. And the chakra to focus on is the navel chakra, because that's the one that we learn about oneness and this grid of light that connects us all. And even if somebody's behaving like a complete and utter, you know what, we're still connected to them in light, and judging them and getting stressed out, about what they're doing hurts us. So coming back into truth, well, they're learning their lesson right now. And I'm going to come back to me, how do I want to feel? What am I creating in my life? In bringing in our light tools, the many tools that you've come in with, just using those and enjoying and doing what we can to stay out of that judgment. And it's hard, especially when people around you are talking about it a lot and inviting you back into the fear narrative. That's the test, is to try and guide the conversation in a different direction. Or and I have a couple of tips in the book as well when you want to distract somebody away from that, if somebody's trying
Yeah,
to pull you into a lower frequency conversation, for example.
yeah, because behavioral change, that kind of stuff. You were talking about there are ways. I can't remember where it is now, but there are ways to keep away from situational drama, which is basically this. Okay, and I don't remember exactly how you put it in there, but I was like, God, I can relate that to so many issues. Whether the groups that you are, like part of, like on Facebook, on Instagram, or whatever. I mean, the groups of friends that you have, and the drama that can be on
Yeah.
platforms. You know what I mean? It's like how to keep yourself separate from all that.
Yeah, exactly. Because some things you may have to stay in for some reason. You can't step out of all of them, for whatever reason, through work or family or whatever. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you, Sharon. Thanks very much.
We'll talk soon.
Yeah. So it's a discipline, and it's catching ourselves as well when we, without judgment, and being kind to ourselves, catching ourselves when we slip down as well, and just brushing ourselves off and saying, oh, I forgot myself. Here I go again. I'm focusing on the light. I'm moving my vibration up again. Angels, what do I need to do to move my vibration up right now? Or what's one thing I can do to help me raise my vibration, clear my thoughts, so I'm focused on what I want to focus on, instead of being pulled around by other people's agenda, or other people's fear, the fear in the collective consciousness.
I
Yeah.
like that. Now, this book, were you like more channeling or were you more writing?
Aha. A bit of both. Yeah. So lots of channeling, really. So I started it with the idea with, I'm a life coach, and I love powerful questions. I just think they're the bee's knees. I think they're so amazing as a tool to transform things in our life. And so I thought, well, angels has to go well with this. So what if you were to put those powerful questions to the angels? So it started off as like an experiment, and I was guided to buy a little notebook and just start to handwrite at first. And I don't write so well, these days. I have to write really carefully so I can read my own writing.
Well, I can't read my own writing. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, it's horrible. I have to type everything.
Right, right.
I'm
Yeah, I
an
type
artist
most
too.
things.
I'm an artist. I can draw and paint anything, but
Okay. Yeah.
no, my brain
Yeah.
works too fast for my hand.
Yeah, I used to write no problem, but now I find it difficult. But anyway, I did take their advice and get the notebook and started writing. And after a while, I didn't need to do it that way anymore. But I was writing down my questions and then channeling the answers, and they would just flow through, and I would just write them down as well. And that's a really nice way to use the book as well for readers, if you have a little notebook that you want to use, and start channeling your answers that way. So it was, yeah, it was a channeling. I was being prompted, and wanted to capture all the different topics and the different examples, and how they might work for people. But I've got lots of what I channeled in the book, but I'm not telling people to, I'm kind of saying to people, do it yourself, ask the angels yourself and see what message comes forward for you, because they're going to tell us different things. There'll be lots of common themes as well. So some of the channelings will be very helpful, but I'm really encouraging people to get in there and talk to your angels. It's not like a special rare thing to be able to talk to angels. I believe that
Correct.
everybody.
Right. And makes perfect. And
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
if we were all the same, then damn, the world would be very, very boring.
Exactly.
But
Yes.
we all have our own unique gifts. We have our own timing. We have our own frequencies. We have our own, um, things that we need in
Mm.
time. Like what we feel today, what we need today, how we are today, our vibration today is not going to be the same as tomorrow, next week, next year, 5 years from now.
Right.
So it's always changing, hopefully for the better and growing. But yeah, but this symbol,
Oh, Metatron Cube. Yeah, so powerful.
that is a very powerful symbol. And when I first opened it up, that was actually the second page that I just kind of like just flipped through and saw that, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
You
Yeah.
know, so you have a lot of symbolisms. You have a lot of when you say visualizations, you do. In here, you have that was the same one. You have a chart with the vibration.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, it's right at the beginning. This vibration chart.
Oh, yes. The vibrational scale. Yeah.
Yeah, scale. Can you talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit?
Yeah. So the vibrational scale helps us to measure how we're doing. Oh, Merry Christmas,
Merry
Colette.
Christmas. Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? Before we do that, Colette, I know your husband just passed. I'm so sorry, but
Oh, sorry.
ask for the signs and then just look everywhere. It just could be something. The pen is here. The pen could be here. All right. It could be so minute. Just be mindful of everything around you and what's different. What did he used to do? Where did he sit? I mean, would there be a coin there or feather there? Just something out of place. So watch for those types of signs because he's going to be with you. You gave your heart and soul and life to this man.
Beautiful. Absolutely. And Archangel Azrael can support us as well when somebody's crossed over. They can support the person that's crossing over, but they can also support us with as well. So sending you Archangel Azrael, Colette, and lots of support and love.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. So thank you for that. Okay. So this vibrational scale that you
Oh,
have.
the vibrational scale. Yeah. So the idea I got was to have it in color. So in the book, it's black and white, but you can download it off my website in color. So it's
Right.
kind of rainbow colors. The from 6 to 10 is rainbow colors, and it's this funny shape. It's a little bit like an egg timer. It's narrow in the middle because a lot of you empaths will understand that, because when our vibration is very, very low, say if we're 0 or 1, we're very expanded in our energy, maybe in a negative way. So if we're really depressed, or if we're really furious, or we're really, whatever's going on with us, that we're in that really, really low space, our energy feels quite big. And that if you're as I said, the empaths, as they come into a room and they sense somebody else who's in a very low vibration, it feels big. It kind of hits you in the face.
Yeah.
And likewise,
Exactly. It's like walking
yeah,
into a wall. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the density of it. And then likewise, the other end of the scale, the 7, 8, 9, 10, when someone's in a really high vibration, that kind of really stands out as well. And you can really feel it from across the room. And then when we're 5, or we're just in the middle, our energy can feel very small and very neutral. So that's why it's this shape. Um, and we help ourselves with the scale by, first of all, checking in how we're doing. And for those people, I'm still with you because
Oh, we're going for a ride.
oh, thanks, David. That's so nice.
That's awesome, David.
We're on the move. Yeah. So we
We'll
can
send the
check in.
dragons to help you stay safe.
Yeah, exactly. Sending the dragons for David. Yeah, exactly. Um, so you can support yourself by checking in to see where you are on the scale, and you just ask yourself, where am I on the scale now? And you just see where you're guided to, what number you're guided to. And I think most people watching are familiar with vibration, but for anyone who's new to vibration and trying to get their head around it, you can also think of it as a mood scale. So from 0 to 10, how is your mood right now? Because they often match perfectly anyway, our vibration and our mood, right? So
Yes.
check in with how you're doing. And then you can ask that magic question, I call it. So, angels, what's one thing I can do right now to help myself move up one place on the scale? And I always say we ask for one place because we can imagine moving up one place. If you're at 3 and you ask the question, angels, how can I get to 10? You might suddenly feel quite overwhelmed and think, oh, I can't even imagine 10. But you can imagine 4, and you start to think that, and you start to move towards that, and sometimes naturally you'll move up a few places anyway. So
Right.
that's a lovely way to use the scale, and just checking in with ourselves without judgment as well. It's no reflection on how we're doing on our spiritual path if we've come down on the vibrational scale, because as long as we're in this human body, we're going to experience all of the emotions. And exactly. So I talk about that in the book as well, Beautiful Shadow. And
Yeah.
that sometimes we slip down, and it's perfectly normal, it's perfectly human, it's part of this experience. And our job is just to not to get mad at ourselves or to judge ourselves, but just to invite ourselves to step back up again, and just to support ourselves and love ourselves back
Yeah.
up the scale.
So I think a lot of those things too, like gratitude and
Yeah, absolutely. So powerful, gratitude, isn't it?
forgiveness and things like that help us
Mm,
too with those things. Because when we tend to dip down, either you did something that you don't feel right about, you know what I mean? Make
yeah,
amends. If you did something or even thought of doing something, and you dip
yeah,
down, to cleanse that thought right away, you know. And Dave says we are frequencies. Yes, we are. Yes, we
yes,
are.
yeah, we
Mhm.
are energy. Yeah,
Yep. And we all can, you know, join our energies. There's no doubt in my mind, you know.
yeah,
But I like the idea of the experiment thing because I'm going to be doing that, with
yeah,
friends. Send the angels back and forth. I mean, I think that's wonderful. But you can do the same with energy. It's the chi masters. This is what I tell people. You do this, you do this. You say, rub your hands, rub your hands, rub your hands. Right? Keep rubbing your hands and take them apart and hold them like this apart, like this, like for our
oh
where you
yeah,
feel the resistance, and then
yeah. It's really powerful.
yeah, it's really powerful. This is like your energy. This is your chi. This is your,
Mm,
this is what I infuse myself with. This is what I heal people with. But this, the Tai Chi masters send that ball of energy across a whole room and move a plant, you
oh
know,
wow,
from
yeah,
this kind of energy from
hmm,
you, where that begins. But that energy I use, if you make that energy and then hold your hands just like above your head, you'll feel all the tingling, you know,
yes,
all the tingling everywhere. And this is the energy that you can use to strip all the negative energy out, all the way down to your feet, and get rid of it and throw it and ground it. And then you use that energy again to bring in whatever light that you need to fill you and cleanse your chakras all the way down,
mm,
and stuff
beautiful.
like this. This is, it's more prana than not like Reiki. I don't know what you would do for Reiki, but this is more prana,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, beautiful. I love it. I
Yeah, it's
love
really
that.
neat. It's really neat. And then you play with this. It's like my field is way out here. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
can feel the resistance, and I can still do it. Right now, because
Yes.
even though I'm not even just rub my hands, I can just feel this. But a lot of
Yeah.
people, they'll go all the way in and like they don't feel anything until here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
right here, it's like kind of even hard to put your hands together because it's just so much.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. That's really nice. Yeah, I love that. Um, well, if you wanted to, we could do another exercise
I would love
that's a little bit similar to that.
to. Cool.
just have to put my crystals down finally.
Oh, okay.
I don't like to put them down, but it's okay. I'm just here.
Mine are all around me.
Yeah.
They're all here.
So I thought maybe we could make an angel ball of light to send to somebody. And if anyone wants to send it to themselves, they're very welcome to as well. Or just receive it. But let's focus on making an angel ball of light. So just like you showed there with the hands, just hold the hands in a way that's comfortable in front of you. Obviously, if you're available to do this, you're not driving or operating machinery.
Right. Yeah, it's not you, David.
Okay, yeah, not David. Later, you could catch up later. So just focus on your feet again and just your grounding. So sending energy deep into the earth so that you're connected to Mother Earth and deeply grounded. And breathing into the heart space, breathing in golden light into the heart space. And sending light up through the body, out through the crown chakra, all the way to the angelic realms, to source. And you receive a beautiful blessing shower of golden light from the angels just now. And they're pouring these golden blessings of light over you. This is filling up your aura with angel light. And then think of a person or situation that you'd like to send your angel healing ball of light to. And ask the angels to start to fill up this ball of light with whatever qualities or colors that are needed right now. So you might like to ask Archangel Michael to bring in his deep blue protective light. Archangel Uriel, who works with the solar plexus chakra with the rainbow gold light. Archangel Gabriel, who works with the lower chakras, bringing in the pure white diamond light. Archangel Chamuel, beautiful pink light, the heart coming into this ball of light. Archangel Raphael, bringing in the emerald healing energy and the wisdom of the third eye chakra in its highest vibration. And inviting in any other qualities, angels, archangels, colors that you feel are needed right now. And then we're going to hand over this ball of light to Archangel Sandalphon, who's going to bring it all the way to whoever it needs to go to. So just have that gesture of just handing it over. And imagine it floating away from you. And just rest your hands down. Come back into your own loving energy. Being aware of that golden light that you have in your energy, in your auric field, and all those angel blessings. And really allowing that ball of light to be carried to the other person or situation, or if it's for you, that's great as well. And just trusting that it does its work and it goes there. Archangel Sandalphon is going to deliver it. And then letting go with love, just allowing yourself to detach from it so it can go on its journey, a bit like when we post a letter in the mail. We don't follow it into the mailbox, we let it go. You really come back into your own space. So just have a little stretch now, maybe. Wriggle the fingers and toes. Make sure you're grounded again, sending that energy deep into the earth, connecting with Mother Gaia. Okay. And if anybody wants to share, please do let us know how you found that exercise.
I love being in that state. It's like, it's my happy place. It really is. But it kind of sending this energy everywhere. It really was. I couldn't just think of one person because I know Carlette just lost her husband, and my friend Ron just lost his wife, and it's like there's a lot of loss. So basically, I was sending it for the people that lost their loved ones,
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very recently. So for grieving, for loss.
Yes. Yeah. Comfort for the heart. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah. That was really nice of you, honestly.
Oh, pleasure. Love doing it.
I think you're just so special. You're just so special. So do you do this every day? Do you do like this? Do you do this every day? What is walk me through your day. You get up in the morning and you do what?
Well, I love to get up really early and I love to write. So I get up early and I tend to write every morning. Um, and then, yeah, I mean, I work for myself, so I plan my day out and I like to start early so I can finish early. And,
I did.
I like to have freedom and space. Yeah. So I do different things. Yeah, I teach workshops in person and sometimes online and I write and I see clients one to one as well on Zoom and also in person. So yeah, I like a variety actually. If you told me I had to do the one thing every day for the rest of my life, I would
Oh,
find that difficult. No, I love I'm an artist as well, like you, and I like a variety and being in creativity as well and being in the healing space and working with the angels is just so uplifting, such a gift.
right, right. And like your friends are very, supportive of you, I would imagine. And do they work with you or?
Definitely, yeah. Some of them, not all my friends are into angels. Lots of them are, but there's some friends that aren't, and that's perfectly okay. I have a
Yeah,
variety of friends with different interests. Yeah, but even the ones who aren't into them are very, very supportive. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
that makes a big difference, because I know a lot of people, especially like in the paranormal community too. It's like they go, you do what? you know, You know, same thing with you. You talk to angels. You do what? It's like you can too. And I mean, I have so much. The proof is just beyond. I have things I could show you that would just. There's no doubt in my mind. You know what I mean? That these spirits, entities, angels, all of these things exist. They are real. Their energies are real. They need help. You know what I mean? So but a lot of times, a lot of people just don't understand it. And again, like I always say, you don't know until you do. Or people will say, okay, well, I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in spirits, but this happened.
Yeah, yeah.
There's always that. It's like, okay. you know,
Yeah.
but
That's
I
it. Yes. So
but I
people
know.
feel safer to say they don't believe, isn't it? Like
I
it makes
know.
them feel more safe to say they don't believe in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and how can you not believe in angels? I remember the first psychic that I went to that it was very credible in my eyes. I walked in because a girlfriend of mine wanted to go. I was just going to be with her. And we both walked in the door and he looked and he's like going like this. I'm like, what's the matter? And he's like, I had two very bright angels behind me. And he said, I
Wow.
just can't even adjust. And then I was proud because I was like, I have a late husband and he always had a posse with him. Like he couldn't go to the store by himself. He just always had to have people around him. And I
Right.
was like polar opposite. I
Yeah.
don't need 900 people around me at all times.
Yeah.
I don't want 900 people around me at all times. It's
No.
just, I
You
like
like your
to,
space as well. Yeah. And
I do. I'm good with it. I'm comfortable with it. He
Yeah.
obviously wasn't, but I mean, but the psychic was just like, wow. And then he blew my mind about Mark, like saying stuff. I'm an interior designer, artist, faux painter, all this. For my final of my interior design school project was we had to just do like a mock plan, mock this, mock that. I built the thing. I really built it. I put a 20 by 20 addition on my house, 16-foot bolted ceilings, all this. Now the rest of my house I full painted in murals and all this stuff crazy all the place. My husband at the time says, please just leave this room alone. I just can it be beige? Can it just be beige? And I'm like, okay. You know, he had his deer head up on the wall. So this the psychic says, your husband said he's got a bone to pick with you. I'm like, how could he have a bone to pick with me? He was 50 when he died. He left me like in a heap. I had to, you know, close his businesses down and prepare funerals and do this and do that. And I've been just like, I worked my butt off for this, you know, and I'm like, how could he have a beat? What I did to my living room was I took all that stuff out. I faux painted it all the way around, ceiling included. Right? I made it
Yeah.
look like a Magatti Italian. You know what I mean? I made it look like Tuscany, all this. And the
Wow.
psychic says to me, he says you girlied up his living room. I was like, okay, all right. If that's the only bone he's got to pick with me, then that's fine.
So we just trying to make you laugh.
Yeah, he always did.
Yeah.
That was that was priceless. But he said, but
Yeah.
he had to ask my angels to step back because they were too bright for him, you know. And
Wow.
I didn't even know that they were there, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah, I
That
know.
is amazing. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, we walk around with things that we don't even know are with us. And also like we also walk around and you talk about this, which is very important right now too, cords, cord cutting.
Yeah.
And you can ask the angels and like Archangel Michael to cut those cords from us, you know, that are
Yeah.
holding us back and binding us and such, you know. Um,
Absolutely. And on the holidays, you know, having a daily practice of cord cutting can be really useful, you know, especially when people are, you know, spending lots of time with others that they wouldn't normally spend time with. And sometimes coming to our family of origin, you know, even though we're adults for a long time, maybe now we can fall into the role that we were in childhood, you know, like the pecking order and so on. I just read this. My left wrist is arthritic. Life and snow damage. Oh, rubbing Reiki energy still works though. Fantastic. Yeah.
oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. And he
Oh,
said, first awakening was in the womb, and his guardian angel first spoke to him. In
amazing.
the womb, wow, wow, that's
That
pretty
is
powerful.
amazing. Yeah,
Huh. I
that is.
need to stop this banner because it's distracting me.
I really love how you have wings on my book. It's so nice.
It's on your side. See, I have put wings on my fox. See, the fox
I
is my
saw that. The fox has wings as well. How gorgeous.
yeah.
Yeah.
I try to make it, you know,
Ah,
my
it's
best
very creative. Very
or the
nice.
best, you know. But the fox is my spirit animal, you
Yeah,
know.
wow. Yeah.
The fox is actually the guardian between this realm and the next.
Okay.
You know, and I like for magical beings. I love the kitten.
They feel really magical. You know, I felt the fox with me a few years ago. I felt fox come to me, and then I was at my brother's in London one day, and this massive fox was just on the end of the garden. It was a very small garden, and he just looked at me, and he looked right into me. Like I can't describe the way he looked at me, and I was just so taken aback. I was
I
like,
get
wow,
that.
and it was such close proximity. I just felt like he was telling me something. You know, just amazing,
Yeah, but
amazing.
they are usually when they show up. It's like, you know, it's either taking you to that spirit realm, you know, the next realm,
Hmm.
whatever that is, whether it's the angelic, whether it's the um, even beyond that, you know, so your fifth dimension. Okay, it's the
Yeah,
guardian between. So it's either keeping you from it or it's taking you to it. You know,
yeah,
it's
amazing.
yeah.
I wanted to tell you a story because of the work you do. I just remembered it when we were talking earlier. But I was doing a
But
friend's workshop a few years ago. I was doing a workshop with a friend, and there was a number of us. But it was in this really old building, and every time we went to the bathroom, we came like I had this really physical terror when I went to the bathroom. I feel really frightened of the bathroom. And when you went in the door, there was mirrors facing each other. So a
oh,
few people
no,
went, yeah. And a few people had the same complaint that they didn't like going to the bathroom. And so we kind of had this conversation and we said, well, let's do some healing for the bathroom. and, And so we did, and we ended up singing this mantra, and it made a big difference. You know, we felt very different afterwards. It was felt perfectly fine to visit it, but
Yeah.
it really, really shifted the energy. But I guess this is just an ordinary day for you. This is what you do.
Well, okay, things that people do in their homes and they don't even realize it. When you put a mirror against a mirror, this is what we do. Yet this traps a spirit
Yeah, I don't
right in the
like
middle
it.
of it. All right,
Yeah,
they're stuck. We
yeah.
use that technique to get spirits out of the house that refuse to leave. You know what I
Right.
mean? We'll
You
trap them.
use the mirrors to do that, is
We
it?
use the mirrors. Yeah, we'll put them up
Oh,
over the doors and then we'll bring them in and then we'll
yeah.
take them out and then we'll seal the rooms and seal the rooms and seal the rooms. You know, but it's a
Wow.
process. But you never ever 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 put mirrors facing.
Facing one another. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand why. A physical reaction of passing these mirrors, and
Oh,
definitely felt like something was trapped in there. But yeah, so interesting. Buildings are very interesting.
I know. Like you know, what you deal with on a daily is very, very interesting. You know, like I said, we all have different fortes, you know,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and
Yes.
this is what I love to do, and I love the spirits. They know I'm coming. You know, if I get a call from a house and they're saying they're being bothered or whatever, you know, it's like the spirit knows I'm coming. They already know I'm coming. You know,
Yeah.
like the angel, they talk, they communicate. You know, it's an
Yeah,
energy
she's coming.
frequency.
We're ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then when you come in and it's like, you know, what I do is I talk to the people and, you know, like, "All right, well, tell me, you know, what are the issues? What's going on?" You know? And usually I have little digital recorders and I'll kind of plunk them around in different
Yeah.
areas because you'll hear the spirits talking. They'll talk to themselves, they'll talk, you know, all this stuff. I'll listen to it later, you know,
Wow.
because if the person is telling me something, well, they did this and they did that and blah, 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 and the spirit's in the background saying, I did not. You know,
Oh my
I did
gosh,
that.
that's
I did move
fascinating.
this, but I did not do that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like you're getting answers already. It's funny, right? So then
Yeah.
I talk to the people, then I'll talk to the spirit, and then I'll say, I know, you know, you were listening because I heard you on the tape already. So what are your thoughts and feelings? What is your issue with these people here? You know, so then you got to work out a compromise between, it's like being a counselor, you know? So you
Wow.
compromise between the living and the dead. And if you can't, then one or the other has to go. Usually,
Uh-huh.
it's, you know,
Yeah.
but on those rare occasions when it's something, um, you know, and I'm not going to say demon because I don't like the word, but you know, they exist. If there's angels, there's demons, but it's the minority of things, not majority like they have all over television. Right? No, it's not like that. But there can be a very angry spirit. And then sometimes we do have to trap them in the mirrors and escort them off the property and then seal the property up and so that they can't come back in.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's a process. So we have, hi, Melissa from New Zealand. Merry Christmas. I'm
Finally.
so sorry about you lost your dear friend Travis this year. Does he have a message? Oh, we're not doing that. What we can do is tell you that you can ask your angels, your spirit guides to send you a message yourself from him. So,
Absolutely. And again, Archangel Azrael to you to comfort you and help you with that connection. Lots of love.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Because you know we do what we do, but everybody has these powers and gifts, you know, and we all can do our own communications. But when you do ask for signs, you got to ask for it with truth behind it. Your intent, your intention is, you know, everything. So yes, ask your angels. That's perfect. Yes. Um, either give you a message in your sleep, show you something around, something that's very personal between the two of you. You know, it's just something that you two know, something like that. You know, a special place, a special whatever, and try to get that brought up. Like we were talking earlier in the show that she was listening to the music that would come up, the songs that would come up on the radio. It could be something like that, a song on the radio that you two liked together. Just watch for the signs and just know them when they do hit you. And David's got a big long thing here too. I feel so blessed with my wife overcoming stage 4 breast cancer. Her tumors disappeared around 12 months ago, and she has been back at work for 7 months. I know, it's amazing.
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 Fabulous, David. Wonderful.
And David is like this big gleaming light himself, and like he's just such a, he always says, sprinkle that stuff everywhere, type, positive guy. You're very welcome, and yeah, keep watching the Fox then, because there could be a lot of shows that can help you, Melissa.
Yeah.
What time we got?
Yeah, absolutely.
We only got 10 minutes left in this show. I can't even believe it.
My goodness.
I know.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've known you forever now.
I know. It's been so fun.
Oh my God. So, let's see. There was something else in this book. Hold on. Let me try to find it. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, you have these little prayers. There was one in particular. I even took a screenshot of it. It's an Archangel Michael prayer. I don't know where it is, but I took a screenshot of it because it's like, oh, I always use the defend us in battle, prayer. But
I think it's is there an index in the back there's exercise overview at the back on page 219 as well. It might help to find the one you're looking for.
Oh, meditation for picking an oracle card. Circled here. Oh, but anyway, all right. I'm not going to go crazy looking for it. But in this book, there is a Archangel Michael prayer that I absolutely love. And I did take a screenshot of it. And if you would be okay with you, if I could like post it, just the prayer. I really loved the prayer, so I would love to do that. So that was my question to you, is if you wouldn't mind me.
Oh no, I'd be delighted. Yeah, no, I'm really happy for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And let's see, feathers and butterflies every day at work. Oh, nice.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, it's lovely to get those signs. I remember a friend passing a number of years ago and waiting for a sign. I really, really wanted a sign. I wanted a connection, and I did get some. And then I got a really special one time where she came into my dream, but I think I was in maybe a half awake, half asleep state. And I had a very vivid dream of her, but it felt like a visit. I was so sure that it was, she was really, really there. But there's so many
when you remember it, it's a message. When you don't, it's just a dream.
Yeah. That's a nice one to remember, actually. I like that. Yeah.
But again, you have your journal for your angels. You can have a dream journal as well. And then
because people who start to write down their dreams and work with their dreams, they get more lucid dreams then, don't they? And they start to get more messages and connections through their dreams because they're paying attention to them. And the angels realize, oh, hey, we can talk to her through her dreams or his dreams. So, yeah.
And that too, like a lot of people get afraid at night because they're being, they feel like they're being held down or whatnot, or they're paralyzed. Well, you know what? That paralyzation is, everybody has that. When we're in our REM sleep, our body paralyzes itself so we don't hurt ourselves when we dream. Like the people that walk off the cliff, so you don't go really walk off a cliff, you're paralyzed. And that's a safety thing built into every one of us. If you get woken up during that stage, it's going to take you a bit to get out of that paralyzed state because your body's in it. So people feel like, oh my God, I'm being held down. You're not. It's just your body. Okay. But if you really, really, really feel that way, you can always move your tongue, and you can always make the sign of the cross in your mouth with the tongue if you're really afraid. All right. So there's always a way to, calm that down. But that being said, the time why spirits are trying to get a hold of us at night so much, during the day, it's like you're taking little Johnny and little Jane to softball practice. One's going to be on one field in there, and the other one's going to be at the field over there. And then you got to go grocery shopping. You got to pay this bill, and you got to pay that bill, and you got to go to work. And how am I going to I can't take her to ballet because we were at soccer practice. It's like all this stuff. Your mind is going crazy all day long.
Yeah.
There's no room for any spirit to, hey, you're not listening because your mind is
Yeah,
going.
it's so true. Yeah, because the
But
mind is so busy.
at night you're
Yeah.
not.
Mm.
Your mind is shut off. So the spirit's like, all right, you didn't listen to me all day. So hey, you know, I have got this to tell you. It's like, that ring you've been looking for, it's over here.
Yeah.
That's like a lot. It's a lot of stupid stuff like that. Honest to God, that the spirits are bothering people over. Well, I shouldn't say stupid. I apologize for that. I really, because it bothers grandma that, so and so didn't get a ring and this one has it, or they feel like they lost it. I am in a book. I'm in a book up on the shelf over there. Signs of loved ones. When my husband died, I used to wear his wedding band on my ring,
Ah,
my thumb.
yeah.
I lost it, and I asked him. He said it's in the bin, downstairs, which is a big long story. Big long story. We don't even have enough time for me to tell it. But in construction, and I was pulling tape because I painted, I did ceilings, I did tiled the whole entire floor, this whole entire basement. I did everything all by myself. I just got it all done, but I was cleaning everything up and the job was done. And when I was taking tape off of my tarps, the ring got stuck on it, and I threw it. And at the time, I didn't have a basket because I crushed it with my van. Because I had it in my driveway and I crushed it up against the wall and I didn't realize it was there. And so I was using a bin on the ground for trash until I got a new garbage pail. So
Right.
there it was, right gleaming on the top, on the
Oh
piece of
my
tape.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, it's like if you ask, you will receive. If you
Yeah,
want, if you want your messages, you will get them.
that's so
You
important to remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's nuts. But oh my God, we only have 4 minutes left. I can't stand it. But what? All right, what would you like to say? Like, if you were giving a message from the angels to our world, like if you could channel a message from them.
Mm. But Archangel Jophiel coming in, and it's to do with slowing down. You know what we were just talking about a minute ago, that kind of rushing around. Just allow yourself a pause in the day or right now for people who are listening. Just allow yourself to really slow down and breathe and come into your body. And that is so important for us at the moment because the messages we're getting is to go faster almost, and also being on our devices, we're being distracted and taken out of the body. If you imagine like all the scrolling we're doing is kind of pulling us out of the body. So coming back into the body, and of course taking time out in nature, even if you only have a few minutes, or so yeah, it's really about slowing down and breathing. Yeah. And being really, really kind to yourself,
That's
everybody, because we're all just dealing with, people are dealing with so many things, and we're on this earth plane to learn, and some of the lessons we have are really challenging. So be kind to yourself, be kind.
I love that. Oh, thank you so much. Please get the book. Please get the book. You're gonna love it. And like I said, I haven't read it front to back yet, but what I have read and I've jumped around it, it's like you don't have to read it front to back. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah,
jump
people read
around.
it in different ways. Some people use it almost like angel cards. They'll open it, for like a message, and other people like to read it from start to finish, and then,
And then
there's
you can
link.
open it like that. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
usually. I read it, front to back, and then I go back and have it like my reference books. I have other reference books here. I do, and this is going to be right there too,
yeah,
not over there, but
yeah.
here. And I really do appreciate it. I just want to put up one more time. Okay, these are her 2 books. So Ask Your Angel Guides is what we've been talking about. The Angel EFT book. Now, quickly say what that is about.
So that one came out in 2016, and that was tapping with the angels. So I've another Angel EFT book actually coming out next year, but this one is working with energy EFT, and it's a fabulous introduction on how to tap with the angels. But Ask Your Angel Guides is, I think it's out in all countries now. It was out in the US first. It came out in October. And
Nice.
I've just launched it here in Ireland. It came out on the 4th of December, but I think it's just recently come out in Australia and New Zealand as well.
Oh, see that? New Zealand, you can get it too. There you go. That's
Yeah.
Isn't that great that your book is everywhere? I mean, really, it is so nice. It's just, and it feels nice. You know what I mean? It's like, I like it. I think it's going to on the road trip with me.
Ah, pack it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I will. I'm gonna go like, all right, help me with my packing issues, but this will go in first.
Excellent.
But it really was a pleasure talking with you. I'm gonna run my exit video, but please hang with me for a little bit, and once we say goodbye to everyone
I will,
else.
of course. Yeah.
We'll see you all. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We will see you next year. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
I
This
know.
year
Yeah.
is coming to an end. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. Pray for us. Ciao for now. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the Fox Time with Gina B and Mama D. We are here every Thursday evening from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you a variety of guests or our own intuitive oracle card reading shows. We are streaming live on Facebook on my personal page and our YouTube channel, The Fox Time with Gina B and Mama D, on Mama D's YouTube channel, Angel Meadows, as well as our audio-only venues. We hope you enjoyed our show and our guest or your reading, and we would love it if you would go to our YouTube channel, The Fox Den with Gina B and Mama D, subscribe, share, and definitely hit that notification button to never miss a show. We'll see you all next week, and subscribers, watch for our pop-up shows as well.